It's finally time. Let's find out what movies make our top 10 and what is ultimately crowned as our movie of the year for 2025. Let's find out now on the Late Night Movie Podcast. Welcome back to the Late Night Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Welchy, and joining me tonight, as always, is Mr. Pop Figures himself, Andy.
Hello, guys. Yep, second episode of the year on the movie side, anyway. Excited to be back and see what 2026 holds. But for now, let's go back to 2025 and see what our movie of the year is. Super hyped.
And also joined by our resident horror expert, Stephen.
Yes, hello everybody, and getting into 2026, looking ahead to what is going to be a good year for movies, but it's going to be some going to beat the amazing movies that we got in 2025. Looking forward to find out which comes to number one.
And we're also joined by the second best Mario Kart player I know, Jack.
Thank you. Hi everyone, thank you for having me back and looking forward to see what our movie of the year is.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but every time you say it, well, it just makes me laugh and laugh.
It's just boring now. It's just boring.
So you're going to have to give me a second to just get this screen perfect. I couldn't do this until the podcast started.
Ooh.
But yes, as we said, today we are doing movie of the year. So bear with me while I get it all sorted for you all. I'll explain what we are doing. So a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I texted Andy, Stephen, and Jack and said, it's time. Movie of the year is coming up. I need you all to send me your top 10s for the year. I gave them a deadline, 2 deadlines, a first draft and then a second draft if they wanted to, a final draft, I should say, to finalise their lists. Funnily enough, no one amended their first draft, did they, Jack? Jack said to me, Jack messaged me saying, does Marty Supreme count this year? And I was like, no, it doesn't, because that's coming out 1st of January. And then he provided evidence that that movie came out Boxing Day, even in the UK, in select theatres. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll extend the second deadline so you can watch My Supreme and you can add it to your top 10. And I said, you better put it in your fucking top 10. And I texted him on the day of the deadline and said, have you seen My Supreme? He's like, oh no, I'm not seeing it now. I was like,
Well, I'm going to see it, but I'm going to see it next week. So
Past the
it would have,
deadline.
if I had seen it, it would have definitely got on the my top 10 list over, because the movie that was number 10, I'm not going to say what it is, but it would have definitely got in over that, but I haven't. So I'll see it next week. But yeah, apologies.
It might not, though. It might be a total pile of shit.
Oh no, I've heard good things.
Well, either way, it doesn't matter. We're here. You've all submitted your top 10s. I've submitted my top 10. And there is an official Late Night Movie Podcast top 10. And obviously a number 1 as well. Before we do start, I do want to get predictions. What film do you think will make, or like what couple of films might be like the top 3? Andy, what do you reckon?
It's difficult because I don't know like what films Jack's seen. Well, I know some. I'm gonna say Sinners because I know me and you, Welchie, rate it highly, and if Jack's seen it, I think he rates it highly. I think 28 Years Later might be up there because obviously I know you and Jack like that, but me and Steven didn't, so that might be up there. But I don't know like if that's enough points to take it into the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know me and Steven, I don't think you've seen it, Welch, and I'm not sure about Jack, but I Swear could also be up there. So
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, there's 3 films.
Stephen, any others to chuck in?
I mean, I would say Sinners, and unfortunately 28 Years Later, I think is going to be high up there. I also think Fantastic Four, the first steps, I think it's got a very good chance of being really high up there. I mean, Together, I don't know if, I know all 3 of us, I don't know if you've seen that, Jack. I know me and Andy gave it a really high score. I don't know whether that would go ahead of like something like a Sinners or like I Swear, because there's only 2 of us that have seen it. And we also have to remember, I've been thinking about this, where even though we've given high scores to movies, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be in the top 10, because it might be one that we've enjoyed more and given a lesser score, but we thought about it and like, yeah, I actually really love that experience. So that isn't really helping me. It's giving me an idea, but there, I feel like there's going to be some curveballs in there that we're not expecting.
It's like what the kind of funny guys always say: you can love a 7 out of 10 like a 10 out of 10. Like just because
Yeah.
it's clearly not a 10, it doesn't mean
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
love it like a 10.
Yeah.
I think
there's definitely some
I think
examples I
obviously
can
this-
think of that.
when I was compiling my list, bearing in mind that I ended 2025 with 90 cinema trips throughout the whole course of the year, which was unbelievable. I looked at my scores from previous episodes, so that did contribute to the list, but it wasn't the only factor. Reading between the lines.
Jack, any others you want to chuck in?
I think Sinners probably, and then Superman and Fantastic Four probably.
Okay. So what I will say is I was shocked at some of the lists I was sent. Let's put it that way. I always like to predict what you're going to send me. I think I got one of yours right, Stephen, and one of yours right, Jack, and a couple of yours, Andy. So like the gaming one is I was a bit more clear because not everyone's, you don't play as many games as you watch movies.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, it's gonna be a wild ride, but I'm excited. I'm excited for you to find out who won. I know who won, obviously. I've made a movie. I've made a movie for this. So
Okay.
hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Everyone at home should be able to hear it. I will keep pausing it because obviously I want to pause it at a moment so we can talk about the movie that's just been spoken about.
Okay.
Are we all ready to find out our top 10?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is a very different way of doing it from last year. So I'm like, what the hell?
We've got video now. We've got video podcasts. We've upgraded.
Yeah, makes sense.
The budget's increased.
It's gone up.
New year, new budget.
Let's
Spoke to the board.
Let's start. Tell me if you have any issues hearing it or seeing it.
The Late Night
I can
Movie
hear it.
Podcast.
Could you hear that well enough?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Late Night
Can you hear
Movie
me?
Podcast.
The volume's full volume, so if you can't, we're fucked. You heard it all right?
It
Yeah?
reminds-
hear it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It reminds me of like from the X Factor, you know.
I was about to say that.
Your face.
Did you get the X Factor
you... Yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
Movie of the Year 2025. Honorable mentions.
Okay.
Begonia.
Okay.
And Naked Gun.
Oh, I forgot about Naked Gun.
Okay, so there we go. There are the honorable mentions.
Okay.
Before we go into talking about them, I'll just give you where they finished. So Begonia finished 12th with 4 points. That was only sent in by one person, and that was me.
Okay.
I have to
Haven't
remind
seen it yet.
myself
It's on my list.
what
Yeah, I still need to do it.
4 points
Also-
means I put it 6th or 7th. I don't even remind myself. Hang on, let me open the spreadsheet.
Welchy, just a question. Is that your voice that you've dubbed?
That is my voice. That is my
I
voice.
thought it was.
Yeah.
Is your voice? I thought it was.
It's my voice edited heavily, clearly.
That's funny.
Thing is, if X Factor was still going on, like you got a new job there.
I think I should have one. I had
You
Begonia
should.
at 7th, which got 4 points. No one else. I don't think anyone's even seen it.
I
No,
haven't seen
it's
it,
on my.
no.
I just
haven't
didn't
seen
get
it
around to watching it at cinema. If I had, I imagine that would have probably been pushed higher because I think it's gonna be a film that I'm gonna really enjoy.
It was a very late entry for me this year. Not my latest, which we're going to later. Highly recommend it, and a fantastic movie. And that was one where when I first put it in my draft, it was lower. And the longer that film lingers in my head, the higher it goes.
Yeah,
If I had waited another couple of weeks,
Yeah.
it could have gone even higher because I fucking love
you
it.
need to go back and definitely, as I said, watch Poor Things and
Yes.
Kind Kindness from August Lanthimos. Because I think you'll enjoy both of those.
And then obviously the other one we had was Naked Gun, which got 6 points in 11th place. Just missed out on 10th. That was only submitted by one person, and that was Jack.
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I
mean, it was good. It wasn't as good as some of my other ones in my list, but like it was an enjoyable experience when I went to see it at the cinema.
It was a good comedy.
Jack
Yeah.
had that at 5th place. Just realised I didn't go into the
Wow.
scoring system. So what I will do is quickly just explain how we're scoring this. There is a weighted scoring system. So the normal way of doing this is number one position gets 10 points, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's not really fair that way. I think the top movie should get more points. It should be weighted more to those top movies. So for example, if one of us put a film at number one, but only that person's seen it, it should still go higher up if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So what the weighting is, it's 15 points if you come number 1 or the top movie on your list. Second gets 12, third gets 10, fourth gets 8, fifth gets 6, and then it goes down from there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
So yes, Jack gave that fifth place, which gets 6 points. Are we ready to find out? Anything you want to say about that movie, Jack?
No, I really loved it. I thought it was a good comedy. I think it's now just come into my head that there's a couple of films that I did watch this year that I just completely forgot about when I'd done that. Like I completely forgot about Thunderbolts and The Roses. I saw both of them and I completely forgot about them in my list.
Roses is a lot of fun.
Yeah, so number 10, because I said it in the opening about Mighty Supreme, and I was like, oh wait, that film. I was like, I'm an idiot, but yeah,
So
it doesn't matter.
would one of those have made the list? Obviously, I know what your 10th is. I won't say it right now.
The Roses probably would have gone on over number 10. I haven't got my list in front of me. It's on my phone, so I'd have to. I can't exactly remember where I would have put the Roses.
Well, at the end, I'm going to go through all of your lists individually,
definitely been in there.
And then you can tell me where you would have put it. And then that's going to change.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, let's find out number 10. And remind
Could it be a
myself
horror
what number
movie?
10 is. Okay, there we go.
Number 10. Steve.
Steve.
And
love Steve.
Weapons.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
10 weapons.
What did it say, Steve?
The film's called Steve.
Right.
Right?
What do you mean?
The film is called
Film's called
Steve.
Steve. The film is called Steve.
Yeah.
There's a film called Steve at 10.
Yes.
There's a film called
What's so
Steve, that's it.
confusing? There's a film called Steve from Cillian Murphy this year on Netflix.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it or heard about it.
So
Yeah, neither.
we have our first tie at number 10. Steve and Weapons both come in with 8 points each. So
Okay.
just to confirm who did what there, Steve was sent in by one person. That was Jack.
Jack.
I love that
Who
film.
obviously at 8 meant he put it in at 4th. I've heard good things about that movie. It's one I should watch.
It made me cry. It made me cry.
I mean, a film called Steve, I feel like I'm obliged to actually just watch that. It's the first time that I've heard a kind of movie. I was like, wait,
I thought it was
you're
a joke
shorting my
at
name. Yeah, like me saying like, well, Weapons. I was like, what? And then I realized
just Steve,
the name
just
of
a
the
guy
film.
called Steve at number 10.
Weapons was submitted by 3 people. So Weapons
Oh.
come in from myself. It got 3 points from me, which meant it was 8th on my list. And then Stephen had it at number 10, which gave it 1 extra point at 4. And then Jack had it in at 7, which gave it 4, totaling 8.
Cool.
So Andy
Imagine
was the
getting
only
picked
one
by
not
3
to submit
people and
Weapons.
still coming 10.
It was 7th and below on all of our lists, so it still made it.
Yeah.
But it tied with Steve, which was only submitted by one person. So it's
It was really funny. I was looking at my notes thinking, I didn't put Weapons at number 10. And then I realised that the amended final one I sent to you directly. So I've now got the correct list up. Because on my notes, Weapons was like way higher. And then I'm like, hang on a minute. I feel like I'm missing something. So yeah, I've now got the correct list in front of me. And it was number 10 that I put it in at.
Okay. Anyone want to say anything about Weapons? I liked Weapons a lot. It's just not.
Yeah.
They're just better movies for me.
I mean, I gave it a 10 out of 10 and I absolutely loved the movie, sort of the different vantage points. I remember just being blown away because when I went to watch it, that's not what I expected from it. And it kind of bamboozled me in that sense. And I just remember like driving back from Brighton and getting really, really like aggrieved and almost like pulling over in anger because the more Andy was hating on it, the more it was winding me up because I wasn't around on that podcast to challenge it. There was better movies. That's the only reason that I put that at number 10 for me, but it was still a phenomenal piece of work and I can't wait to see what he does in his next horror project, whatever that may be.
It's Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Then that will be what I will look forward to see.
Yeah. Coming next year. Or this year. God fucking hell.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not about Crazy Auntie.
Jack, you obviously placed it the highest. You obviously liked it a lot.
Well, yeah, and I think it's just I probably saw less films than everyone this
That's
year
fair.
as well,
Yeah.
which sort of evens out my list. Yeah, I thought Weapons was good. I thought Sorry, Stephen. I thought it was going to be way better than I actually thought it was.
Me too.
Okay.
I did like the switch up, like you said, with the camera perspective where it went character to character.
Yeah.
That was nice. I just thought it'd be shot like a regular movie, just going scene to scene.
I think the problem with that, obviously we're not going to spend too long on this, but I think because he did Barbarian, which was just so sort of like people were blown away by that, and that was a much more straight up linear horror movie. Because he's done something different and people were expecting that. I did say at the time when I reviewed it, you either go with that or you don't. But the fact that you acknowledge that you enjoyed it, but it wasn't as good as you thought, that's fair. But like I also understand all jokes aside, Andy saying that he didn't enjoy it at all because again, going into that, it was like, well, okay, this is very, very different. This is not what I expected. So yeah, I get that.
Okay, let's find out what number 9 is.
Number 9. Superman.
Oh, okay. Superman did make it.
And Predator Badlands.
Hey.
Okay.
I feel like that needs to be your new voice for the whole year on the podcast.
So at number 9 we have this is good because even the audio listeners can hear this, so I don't have to like be wary of audio listeners, but I will repeat it anyway. Superman and Predator Badlands, both with 11 points, so 3 more than 10th place. I put this in at 10th. This is my 10th movie, and it also came in from Jack at 3rd place. So I gave it 1 point essentially, and Jack gave it 10. And then Predator Badlands was 4th on my list. I fucking love Predator Badlands. What a movie. And that also came in from, hang on, Andy, who had it
covered on my list.
Who had it in 8th, which was 3 points on top of my 8. So both on 11. Superman, loved it. It's just, I get frustrated when the final villain was just Superman fighting himself. I was like, again, we're doing this again. But still loved it, and I'm super excited for the rest of the DCU. Jack, obviously, you rated it very highly, and I remember was you on our review with that?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember what
no,
reviews
I didn't.
you did.
No,
You did
it.
28 years later with us. Yeah.
And did we do fantastic? Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that film, Superman. I was smiling the whole way through it. I wasn't massive on DC Universe stuff before. I think James Gunn's Suicide Squad was really good, but like all the stuff before that, I didn't mind Man of Steel, but it didn't really sell Superman for me. And then after watching this film, I was like, yeah, I fucking love Superman, and I'm so excited for everything that the DC stuff is coming forward. It was just excellent, and I can't praise it enough. Constant smiles. It was a good film.
And then Predator Badlands, we didn't review that long ago, really. Now it was a month or 2 ago. Thoroughly enjoyed that movie. Andy, you put it in your 8th place.
Yeah, it was a very fun action film. Obviously, you still need to go back and watch the intro properly, but yeah, overall, it's just a fun from the get go. It's action all the way throughout the film, really. So yeah, it's a very good Predator film.
Yeah, my bad.
Any reason neither of these made yours, Stephen?
Sorry, Welchy?
Any reason that neither of these made your list?
They were very close. So there was a number of movies, which, I mean, I will confess that when I did my first draft, I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. And you did say Superman is one. Predator Badlands, again, was in contention. I did really enjoy it. But again, like, I had to whittle 90 movies down to a top 10. So it was a hell of a challenge. There was going to be some casualties. But I think if I'd seen like lesser movies, then it's very likely that these two would be in it. So I'm glad that they've made the list. That just weren't quite hitting that top 10. I had to be brutal this year. I had to be really, really brutal with some of my decision making, just because of the quantity of movies I had to choose from.
Okay, so that's 2 ties so far. So we've done 2 places, 4 movies. So that's a good start.
Yeah.
Let's see what number 8 is.
Number 8. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
You gotta be joking me.
So Mission Impossible.
No.
It's just Mission Impossible, this one. So Mission Impossible Final Reckoning is our 8th movie. submitted by 2 people, and we both had it in the same place, Stephen.
Oh, did we?
We both had it in 5th, which got 6 points
Fifth,
each.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this finished on 12, 1 point above Superman and Predator.
Yeah.
So it's
I mean-
lower than those 2 films.
I mean, this was another one where like I did my first draft and you said Mission Impossible. I was like, okay, I've got to have Mission Impossible in that list. It wasn't. I think it went in a little bit lower, but the more I was thinking about it, the more I was like, I remember like going into the Final Reckoning and then coming out and being like, I could go straight back in it and watch it. Like I thought it was just a perfect movie from start to end. Like I love the way that it wrapped everything up. I'm hoping that they don't do any more because like, yeah, that's nice. We don't need to.
Yeah.
They did kind of the only bit at the end is like going to leave a little bit open, maybe, as we always do. We can't just, give a definitive end and that will be that. That had jeopardy in a death that really hit me hard. I understand people saying that, like, because Dead Reckoning Part 1 was so good, people were a little bit sort of left wanting that bit more. But I think we go back to the same thing when you've got something that is at its end. Like you're not going to please everybody. For me, I went in there and it was like nearly 3 hours and it absolutely flew past and just really enjoyable. So I had to put it high, and I think 5th is fair. The fact that we both put it in the same place and we both really enjoyed it kind of says that where it is fine.
Yeah, I think it has some of my favourite scenes from this year. I know when we did our mini award show, I said Sinners, and it still is my favourite scene.
Yeah.
But the submarine part in this film is unfucking believable.
Yeah.
And obviously the flight at the end as well when he's climbing
Yeah.
the plane. But yeah, fantastic movie. A great send off for a great franchise.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm glad it's on the list. I understand, Jack, Andy, you didn't like it as much as we did, but Jack, did you see this movie?
No, definitely not.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, that was 8. Let's find out what number 7 is.
Number 7. Zootropolis 2.
Am I the only person that's watched this? Wow.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Oh,
Zootropolis,
so I was the only person that rated it. Great.
Zootropolis 2 got 15 points, which means
Wow.
you wasn't the only one to send it in, Andy, because that would have been 4
Oh.
marks.
Oh,
I
you
have
watched
seen
it, actually.
Zootropolis 2.
Oh, you get that.
I went on New Year's Eve, so that was a deadline for our movies, and it went in
Yep.
last second. I took my
Love
daughter and fucking loved it. What a movie!
Yeah, it is a good film.
So funny. I was cackling at some points, man. It's so funny. I saw
There's
the
so
Ratatouille
many, like,
reference. The Ratatouille reference I saw.
Yeah,
There's
there's so many horror references in it as well.
yeah,
don't
and
even pick up
there's
on them,
the
but-
Hungry Hippos. Do you see that the Hungry Hippos scene?
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cracking up with the Hungry Hippo scene.
Yeah, it's so funny, man.
Yeah, so this came in at 7th with 15 points, so 3 points above Mission Impossible. Andy put it in 3rd place, which got 10 points.
Yeah, I knew it went high. Yeah.
I put it in 6th place, which got it a further 5 points. Yeah, fantastic movie. I know, Stephen, you're planning on seeing it. Jack, are you planning on seeing it?
I probably will see it, to be fair. The first one was good.
Yeah, funny enough, I was actually going to go earlier today. I couldn't be bothered to go out in the cold. And when I looked at the cinema screen, it was absolutely packed. So I was just like, I'll probably wait for it to come on to Disney Plus. There's 3 movies like Wicked for Good, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, and Zootropolis 2, where because over Christmas, New Year, it's been really nice just sort of chilling out at home and gaming. And then we went out for New Year, watching Stranger Things, all of that kind of stuff. And the timings of these films, like I quite like going in the evening, but they're only doing like afternoon screenings. So like if you have a late night gaming and then you wake up, like I didn't wake up till midday and I was like, it's 1:40 screening. And then, so it's just timing essentially, but it will be one that when it comes to Disney Plus, I'll go and watch it for sure. And I think I'll really enjoy it as well.
I actually think this will be Avatar this year in terms of, this year, let's call it this year. In terms of final box office sales, it'll be tight, I think. But it's now the most successful animated movie from Disney ever, which is just fucking insane. And I know inflation.
Yeah.
Did you watch the post-credit scene?
No, what is the post-credit scene?
I won't say too much, but it gives a hint to the 3rd movie. It's basically like
Is it
Judy.
right at the end?
Yeah,
That's normally
it's
what
after
happens after the
credits.
I know. Sometimes they do like a mid credits. You know what I mean? Like a.
No, it's post credits.
I know.
It's like, yeah.
I left. I
It's right
wasn't
at the
gonna
end.
make my daughter
Right at
wait
the
through that.
end.
Okay, it just gives a hint to like what the third film can be about.
At least when it gets added to Disney Plus, you can then watch that scene.
I might be able to watch it in other ways, but.
Oh, no, but
Just Google it.
But no, I will be there for number 3. What a film.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that was number 5. No, that was number 7. Sorry, wow. Let's see what number 6 is.
Number 6. Companion.
oh, okay.
Interesting.
And Final Destination
Hey.
Bloodlines.
Hey, okay.
Two great horror
Nice.
films.
Okay, so another tie. Companion and Final Destination Bloodlines came in on 18 points, so 3 points above Zootropolis 2 or Zootopia 2, wherever you're from. So both of these films come in from two people, the same two people. The same two people. So I will. Companion was my 10th. Zootropolis
Oh, you
came
knocked it down.
everything went down,
Okay.
and it fell out.
Yeah.
So actually, this wasn't a tie until very late in the day. So Companion was Andy's 4th and Stephen's
Yeah.
3rd.
Very close together.
Fuck, have they got the same points then? Oh yeah, okay. And then Final Destination was Andy's 5th, but Stephen's 2nd.
Okay,
Yeah.
bloody
So
hell.
I think that's the first movie that anyone spoke about. That's a second pick. So,
Yeah.
so let's start with there, Stephen. Why was that your number 2?
So, I mean, it's been a really good year for horror. Like a really, really good year. And even though, funnily enough, that Final Destination Bloodlines, I think I remember giving it a 9. But I went back and thought, not only did I see it like twice at the cinema, I then saw it in 4DX. I saw it 3 times. So I took that into consideration that I loved it so much that even though I went for a third time for the 4DX experience, I loved it so much that I went within like, I saw it on an early screening and then saw it again with Andy and our other friend like 5 days after. And I just think out of all the Final Destination movies, it's just a masterpiece. Like it's so brilliantly written, and I just think it adds so many more layers to the story, and it completely threw me by surprise. Considering that when I saw the double bill, which was the first Final Destination and then Bloodline straight after, obviously I know that 20 years has passed, but I remember thinking I kind of know what I'm going to expect with Final Destination. It's not going to be anything sort of that crazy, but just that whole clever plot line of it, you know, death coming for the people that have been born that shouldn't have been born because they should have died when the accident happened. It's just like in that writer's room, they're like, you've come across something that they probably didn't think was going to be a stroke of genius, and it absolutely was. And I just really, really enjoyed it. I kind of wish I went back and kind of gave it a 10. I just, at that point when it come out, there had been, I couldn't really compare it. Where now, when I compare it to like some of the other horror movies that I gave 10 out of 10s, like it's definitely on par with Weapons, if not a little bit better than Weapons. So this is kind of what I'm saying, where like my rating doesn't always reflect where I put something in my ranking. And yeah, I loved Final Destination. But I think it's one of those movies that I could watch countless times and would never get bored with it. And like I actually yesterday watched the opening accident, and it just gets better and better and better. Like the use of shout and whatever happens then after that, you know, it's one that you've got to see to really believe.
Andy, any comments on either film, Companion?
Yeah, both great films. Obviously, Final Destination is a film that I recommend to anyone just because of the whole story, the opening scene, the ending scene. It's all great from start to finish, and you won't predict anything that's happening, which is quite ironic for a Final Destination film.
Yeah.
And then Companion, when the first trailer came out for Companion, I remember both me and Stephen saying it doesn't give much away. All you see is her name's Iris in the film on fire, and you're thinking, why the hell is this person on fire? And then they showed the second trailer, which obviously gives more away in terms of there being AI or robots involved. And then, so when I went to watch the film, I sort of was thinking it's going to be a bit more predictable. And from the get go, the first half of the movie, the first half, I was still confused to what the hell was going to happen and what the film was about. So the fact that they gave more away in the second trailer, and I was still going into this not knowing from how it starts what the hell is going on here. Is credit to the writers and the way that they done the story. But yeah, it's a great film, and I recommend both of them to anyone to watch.
Yeah. And I echo that with Companion as well. Just that I think that it's when you watch that first trailer, you think it's about like an abusive relationship, and then what it goes into and the different plot twist, and just the social commentary around like AI and people in real life having these robots that are essentially their partner, and how that changes, but also kind of all of the different twists with Iris that it makes you realize who the actual enemy is. It's so cleverly written, and one of those that keeps you guessing and guessing and guessing. I remember we saw that in January, didn't we? Was it late January that it came
It's
out?
near the start of
It's
the year,
definitely
yeah.
early, yeah.
So obviously, I had a real toss up between, does that go second over Final Destination Bloodline? But I feel like I had just a little bit more fun with Final Destination Bloodlines than I did with Companion. Even I would say that in terms of the story, both are sort of on par with how clever they are. So I'm quite happy that they're tied together. I think that's
works
fair.
for you, yeah.
Yeah. So far, my list is looking really well.
I've seen Companion. I enjoyed Companion. It just wasn't as good as, for me, my other 10. Jack, have you seen either of them? Have any interest in either of them?
I haven't seen either of them.
No.
Might watch Companion though. It's up my street.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to recommend one, I'd recommend that one because I've seen it. But obviously, I've heard great things about Final Destination. Let's go in to number 5.
Number 5. I Swear.
Whoa.
Yeah, Andy was not expecting this to come this low. So,
I was the only one that chose this.
no. So I Swear got 19 points, one more point than Companion and Final Destination. This was Andy's number 1. We have our first number 1 reveal.
Wow, this was your movie of the year. Shit.
Yeah, such a good movie, man. So emotional, like the story behind it, the plot, the acting by the person who has Tourette's. It's incredible. Such a powerful story.
Stephen also put this in at number 7, so that got it the extra 4 points to take it above the other 2. I've not seen it yet. I considered watching it before movie of the year, just never got around to it. I'm guessing you haven't seen it, Jack.
No, I want to watch it though because I remember the documentary it was about with the
Yes,
Scottish blokes.
yeah.
It was good. But I will get around to watch it.
It's high on my list to watch, just never got around to it. So one of those films that maybe would have finished higher if we'd all seen it, but it's just the way it is. Andy, you've already said how much you love it, but you might as well continue.
It's obviously the film that I'd recommend the most to people. It's one of those films that I saw the trailer for it and was like, yeah, I'm going to go watch that. And it's not the normal type of sort of typical film that I'd go watch in terms of horrors, actions, comedies. I usually don't really watch many dramas, but I'll probably try and watch more this year. So this is probably the first sort of drama film that I watched, but the fact that it's based on a true story, the acting from the main guy, I can't remember his name now. I think the character's name's John, obviously based on a real person. But it's just such a powerful story about Tourette's and the educational side from it as well. Like, obviously, I already knew about Tourette's, but sort of the way it showed that back then, whichever year it was, not many people knew about it, and the impact that had on his life and what he had to deal with sort of growing up and then also into adulthood. It is really emotional watching that and the impact that it had on him as a child and as an adult. So it's worth watching just to sort of educate yourself on Tourette's or any other sort of condition as well, just so you're aware of it and things to look out for and how to sort of respect people still. But yeah, very, very powerful story.
Yeah, I mean, I will definitely watch it at some point. It's just finding the time at the minute.
For me with Icewell, and I actually feel quite sad that I've only got this in 7. And again, it's only because of my top 6, which obviously Companion is one of those 6. Like they are all incredible pieces of work. Like I echo everything that Andy has said, but I just it makes it really difficult because like my top 10 is like 10 like amazing movies. It makes it really difficult to kind of put in what position. Like I've seen a lot of dramas this year, and I remember going to watch it like with the family and just like being so invested, and it's a really powerful piece of work. It made me cry, it made me laugh, it surprised me. It didn't go for the conventional sort of you can see everything that's coming. It generally has like twists and turns, and it's an emotional ride. But when I look at my other list, also with the fact of being the resident horror expert as well, I always will look at that as well because I'm quite a harsh critic when it comes to horror. And if a horror movie blows me away, it really blows me away. Where I went into I Swear kind of expecting it to be really good, come out thinking that was amazing. I think if both of you'd watched it, this would be a lot higher. That's the other reason why it's as low as well. Because I think all of us would be sitting here going, "What an amazing movie that was."
Fifth
I'm
is
glad
good.
it's on the list.
Fifth is the highest position. It's top five for the year.
Yeah, and I think that's a nice place for it to be.
Let's find out what is going to make up the top 4.
Fantastic Four.
Number 4. One battle after another.
Nice.
Yeah.
One battle after another comes in at 4th with 20 points. One more point than I Swear. So
Close.
we have another number 1. Jack had this at number 1, and Stephen had it at number 6, which is why he put it one place above I Swear. Literally why this is one place higher.
Sure. I'm so shocked. You was talking about this film as if it was movie of the year.
This was one of my shocks for you, Stephen. I thought this would be higher.
Yeah.
I knew this would be Jack's number 1 from the way he was talking about it to me. So, Jack, far away. What do you think of this movie?
Yeah, I loved it from start to beginning. I always go into it from beginning to end. I didn't even start the movie actually. I just walked out. But no, yeah, I love the movie. The pacing of it is so quick throughout the whole thing, but not in a bad way. You don't feel like you're being rushed. The quickness of it keeps up like the intensity of the whole movie. It's just one constant chase, and just watching how this one guy is really fumbling his way through this chase, and I really love that. It's nice to see a movie like that and a chase scene. Not everything's action and perfect, and he is really fucked in his life, and it shows. And yeah, the characters are so good. Leonardo DiCaprio was amazing in it. Fuck, I can't think of that guy's name now. Plays the dojo.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, Del Toro. He was amazing.
He's great.
Every scene he was in, he was just perfect comedy. When he gets out and does his little dance, it was the whole film was amazing. I loved it.
Anything to add, Stephen?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's really difficult because again, it is one of the movies of the year. And when you see the full list, like my list is very, very strong, and I really wrestled with what order to put it in. I echo everything that Jack said. I just think that the movies above, I enjoyed slightly more. That's the bit that we're getting to, where like the other movies were slightly more enjoyable, but we're talking by like a tiny minuscule. There is not much in it really in terms of like the placement. And that chase sequence is just absolutely unreal. It and like the sound is so funny. I remember like saying at the time when I reviewed it, and I gave it a 10 out of 10. I remember saying that it was like the quickest, like I think it's 2 hours 45, and it feels like it's an hour and a half movie, and that's one of the biggest compliments I can give it. It starts and it kind of draws you in. It just doesn't let you go. And again, I'll go back to it when you've just seen a lot of movies from this year. It just makes it really difficult because I do a list and then I go, oh shit, I've got this one. Oh, I've got this one. And like I was starting to kind of having to really be right. What are the ones that jump out to me? And the one battle after another came a little bit later as well.
I'm going to challenge you in your top 10 later, Stephen, because there's some movies in there that I cannot believe there's not other movies better than those. But anyway, we'll get into that later. This is a movie that I want to watch. It's just too long to like say I'm going to definitely watch it now. I know I can watch it. I know I want to watch it. I was never going to get it done before movie of the year, unfortunately. but could have gone higher.
I'm
I think
scared
this
of-
is one of those movies which is going to be in most people's top 10, like most collective, like,
Yeah.
what we're doing kind of
Yeah.
thing, top 10.
I'm scared of now being challenged. Let's not get.
That's not till the end.
I've got to go.
Let's find out what number 3 is. We're in the top 3 of our Late Night Movie Podcast top 10 movies of the year.
Number 3. Fantastic Four First Steps.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
would have been came if it came before.
It would have been funnier, yeah. So, Fantastic Four First Steps come in with 22 points in third place, so 2 points more than One Battle After Another. So, I had this in third place, my third favourite movie of the year. Andy had this in at 7th. And Stephen had this in at 4th, which is very good.
Oh, okay.
Jack did not have this.
Was it
you
not on my list?
Did you watch this, Jack?
You did not add this on your list, Jack.
That should have been on my list. I'm really sorry.
It could have been higher.
I even done the reviews with you. I'm going to be honest, it wouldn't have actually been that high on my list.
I knew you
It
preferred
would've been-
Superman. I knew you preferred Superman, so I knew it
Yeah.
wouldn't be like that high.
That's crazy that you preferred Superman to Fantastic Four first step.
I didn't think it was that good.
You're
Oh,
crazy.
my
what?
God.
You
It
were-
was one of the
I've been
best
on-
movies of the year.
yeah.
It would have definitely been on my list, but no, I didn't. It would have got in definitely over 10th or 9th in my list.
Yeah, I
but
think it would.
It-
Look at your list.
it wasn't that. I didn't think it was that good.
For me, this is like a perfect example where like One Battle After Another was amazing, Fantastic Four First Steps were amazing, but that slight enjoyment more was more for Fantastic Four. Also, I went in to One Battle After Another thinking it was going to be incredible, and it was. So I loved
Yeah.
the movies this year that I went in not expecting much and then blown away. Which I suppose in a way that's a bit unfair to like films like One Battle After Another. Like just because you think a movie's gonna be great and then it is, it still should get that high praise. But I walked out of Fantastic Four the First Steps and was like, that was incredible. Particularly for me, who's not a massive like MCU or before this year, I wouldn't count myself as regular. That was the film that has now like got me onto the MCU hype train and like going to go back and watch films and stuff. I just thought it was so much fun and it was so heartwarming, so emotional, so action packed. Like it had everything I wanted and more.
Yeah, I mean, I love this movie. It's my number 3, so I must love it. The best thing about this movie is they made this my favorite Fantastic Four movie, which is hard to do because I
Yes.
do love the original so much. Yeah, I mean it. I mean, the second Fantastic Four movie isn't that great, like back in the day, but the first one was a
first one's
classic to
good.
me.
I love
Yeah.
those first two films.
We don't talk about the other one.
No,
But
no.
this one,
Didn't even see that one.
it's there's certain characters like I didn't expect them to make Human Torch. Like I didn't expect him to be my favorite Human Torch, and now he is. Don't get me wrong, I love Chris Evans
Yeah.
still, but this just guy had a bit more than just what Chris Evans gave. He had a bit more to him. The big one for me was
Silver Surfer.
Invisible Woman. Oh, Silver Surfer's great, but
Oh,
I want the
yeah.
main 4.
Yeah.
For some reasons, but also for other reasons, Jessica Alba was going to be hard to top, but she Vanessa Kirby
Yep.
blows
Yeah.
it out of the park. She's actually the
Yeah.
star of the show for me,
Yeah, she was
like,
good.
from the main 4.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right, Andy. The Silver Surfer in this, who's had a fantastic year. I'm
Yes.
forgetting everyone's
With-
names in a minute.
Weapons.
Julia
Julia.
Garner.
Yeah.
Her intro, her speech, her whole performance, her whole ending, everything about her was incredible.
And that baby sequence, it's
It
just
still gets me. It still gets me nervous.
unbelievable the way
Yeah.
that's done. Also, I remember seeing her from Mission Impossible, thinking,
Yes.
she's going to go places, and then seeing her pop up in Fantastic Four, I was like, wow, she's really evolved into this actress. Where like, if she's in a movie, I'm going to be like, the movie's going to be good because I've not seen both movies I've seen her in are like 10 out of 10.
I can't
So,
wait to see her
like, the
in
pedestal's
Avengers
really high.
Doomsday. I think it's going to be great.
Oh, she's good. Yeah, she's going to be brilliant.
Andy, any comments on Fantastic Four?
No, yeah, just echo what you guys have said. I can still picture that scene when like she first arrives, Silver Surfer arrives to Earth, like the music, like it gives me goosebumps. Like every time I picture that scene in my head,
Mhm.
along with several others, like it just gives me goosebumps. And it was
Yeah,
just so well done, that film. I love it.
Fantastic Four.
Okay. What is the runner-up of the Late Night Movie Podcast Movie of the Year?
Number 2.
It's got to be a horror film.
Together.
Hey. Number 2.
Number
Oh,
2
okay.
was
Just one.
Together with 32 points. So there we've got a bit of a gap here. 10 points ahead
Damn.
of Fantastic Four. That's the biggest gap by some way. 3 of us submitted this. Jack, you didn't. The other 3, obviously us 3. I put it as second. My number 2 movie of the year.
Wow.
I
Very
fucking
high.
love Together. We'll go into it in a second. Andy, you had it in 6th. Stephen, where did you have it?
This is my movie of the year for 2025.
Yeah.
Oh,
Number
okay.
1.
Yeah. Do you want me to kind of
You
take
start. You got
the
to do number
reins?
1. Yeah, you take the train.
I think so. Again, this was, when I say I found this really difficult, one battle after another, I thought could be my number 1. Fantastic Four, The First Steps could be my number 1, as could Companion, Final Destination, Bloodlines. Like, we're not talking much in the way of those movies that I've just outlined that I really was going strongly towards. But I saw Together twice at the cinema, and I just think it is an absolutely unbelievably clever horror movie in every aspect. It's one of those that I think the more you think about it, the better that movie becomes. And I think for a guy who making his directorial debut, you've got a real life couple at the centerpiece of it. Like, it just hits in every single way. And I think when I reviewed it, the only thing I was like, I'm not quite sure if I enjoy that ending or not. Now I'm like, I fucking love that ending. Like, I actually really, really enjoy the way that ends, of the idea of 2 become 1, the use of the Spice Girls song. Like, the fact that it talks about like a breakdown in relationship and then you come together to sort that out. Like, it blows my mind how clever that movie is. And it's got those creepy moments. It made me jump on at least 2 occasions. There's one moment in the bathroom that actually physically hurt me, and I was like, can't believe they've actually gone to that point, and they do. And it's the first time that I've seen Dave Franco. He has done some other serious movies, but this was the movie for me where he was at his most mature.
He was great.
Because I think, Dave Franco's great, and like in Now You See Me, he's good, but he always has that sort of connotation of the jokey guy that you don't really take too seriously. And in Together, like, I thought he was absolutely superb. And with Alison Brie as well, like, obviously because they're married, that chemistry was on point, but like that could have easily gone terribly wrong because they are together in real life.
Yeah.
But I was invested in it. I remember when we went to see it together, Andy, we came out and we were both sort of like, we were full of praise, but there was lots of interesting conversation about it. But the more I think about it, and then when I watched it again with our other friend Jack, and when I came out, I was like, that was even better first time round. It is the best movie I've seen this year. Not though by a lot. I know on our movie of the year list it's 10 points ahead, but in my own personal list it won by a very, very small margin. And that just shows what a great year I think we've had for 2025.
Yeah, it's my number 2. I watched it quite a lot later than both of you two did.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. It's one hell of a horror movie, and this would have been much closer to my number 1 if I didn't hate that final scene. Not the bit you're talking about, but the very, very, very final last thing you see. That really put me off. The person you see at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, you fucked me off now. Like, that's pissed me off. But the rest of the movie, unbelievable.
I was also though feeling like that, kind of what you said, but the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, actually, I quite even that bit doesn't bother me. I know obviously it rang with you, but it kind of
it's so close to being a perfect movie to me. It's so good.
Do you know, like when we spoke last year about The Substance, which again I recommend if you've not seen. I know it's quite a long one, but like I remember sort of thinking that's how you do body horror, and it's going to take a lot for a movie to eclipse that. And Together absolutely does. The Substance is a great piece, but I think it was in my top 5 last year.
It was
might have even
number
been
3.
like number 3.
I've got it here, yeah.
Number 3 for 2024. So I was thinking there's not going to be a movie that's going to take that further. And even like the trailer, I know I spoke about 28 Years Later being sort of like the best trailer, and then Together trailer popped, and I was like, that's great, because they use the song Happy Together, and it's like, it's so genius. I could spend hours talking about the genius of that movie. So I'm really happy that that's number 2 on our list, but yeah, number 1 on mine.
Anything to add, Andy?
No, I basically agree with what you both said. It's such a clever film, like the writing, the way about the relationship and the whole togetherness thing, like the whole other side of things as well, without spoiling too much. But yeah, it's just so clever from the directors. Like all the wording in this film is on point.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
again, I think I watched this film twice. Second time around, you watch it, you just pick up on more things. Another film that I'd recommend to everyone to watch.
Yeah, Jack, you should definitely watch it because
Yeah, I will get around to it. Because I remember
it's
seeing the
really
trailer and thinking, like, fuck, that looks good.
It's
But,
this
Yeah.
very
I will
fucking
get around
good.
to watching it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to finally announce movie of the year 2025, the Late Night Movie Podcast. Here
What
we
else?
go.
Hey,
I think I know what it is.
And
Missing
number
something
one,
obvious, but
28 years
oh,
later.
for God's sake!
no, it can't be.
Fuck off! No way!
Just
That's a
kidding.
prank.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sinners,
geez.
yeah.
It is.
Oh,
shit.
okay.
Good shit.
I
Just
actually would have probably left.
I had to do it.
I
had to do
I
it.
knew it wasn't
Had to
8
do
years
it.
later. Me and Steven haven't chose it.
Of course, it's going to be Sinners. Why did I have a moment thinking I swear there's something we're missing, and then yeah,
What I will
Okay,
say
so-
is I told a little white lie at the beginning. 28 years later was actually an honorable mention. It came 12th. So it
Oh, okay.
actually would have came in between Naked Gun and Begonia.
Yeah.
Because 28 years later was on Jack's list. It was number 6 for Jack. It
Okay.
fell just outside my top 10. It was very close.
it wasn't in your top 10.
No, it was 15th. I'll go through my
Wow,
list
I
in a
was-
minute, but
I expected it because if it'd been in your top 10, it would have gone on to
it
the
would have
list.
made it. Yeah, it would have made it. But
Yeah,
10 great movies. But the actual winner, what we're here to talk about, is Sinners, which is my number one. And it was Andy's and Jack's number 2. So
Yeah, very
it
high.
got 39.7 more than Together.
yeah.
I guess as my number one, I'll talk about it first. What a fucking movie. Again, almost perfection. I gave it a 9.5. I was talking to it the other day, but with my family, because they went and they bought it on Amazon and watched it. And I didn't tell them anything about it. And they were a bit like, oh, it's a vampire film. And I was like, yeah, that's why I didn't tell you, because if I told you that, you wouldn't have watched it. They liked it, but they didn't like it as much as me. And I get that. Some people get to the vampires and think, oh, I don't like vampires. But this is such a different take on a vampire movie for me.
Yeah.
I know Stephen didn't like the build up to this movie, but I loved the first part of this movie building up to it.
Yeah.
But obviously, the main crux of this film is when they're at the barn.
Yeah.
They're doing the music. The music scene is unbelievable. And the bit when they're outside doing the Irish dancing outside. Yeah. It's just so many scenes I can talk about in this movie. It's just unbelievable. Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, both incredible in this movie. And Jack O'Connell. And the
Jack O'Connell.
guy who does the singing. It's his first movie ever. Unbelievable. I would say this is one of my favorite movies ever. I don't know where I put it in my list ever, but I cannot wait to watch this movie again. It's so fucking good.
I have a question though, Welchy. Do you not think that you should have rated this 10 out of 10? I know you didn't give it 10.
No. For a 10 out of 10, I just have to have everything. And I just wasn't scared by this movie. And I know it's a horror at the end of the day. I feel like if it was a little bit scarier, or if I was a little bit more emotionally attached to some of the characters, and maybe it would have got me to that 10. But everything else about it was almost perfection. I just need that to get the 10 from me, like a Dark Knight, or I don't know, I can't think of any other 10s off the top of my head. Like June Part 2 is the most recent example. I just need a little bit more, but this was so fucking close. It's one hell of a movie.
It kind of jumps between sort of like horror and drama. I mean, like I said, this didn't make my top 10. It was like, if we were doing like a top 20, I'd probably put it in like 12th, 13th position in terms of that list. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of the build up of the film. I do acknowledge it's a good film. And again, it's got the closest comparisons like From Dusk Till Dawn. But the difference between Sinners and From Dusk Till Dawn is that the first act of that I was more invested in, so that when the shit hits the fan in the second half of the movie, you're like, Jesus Christ. Where I feel like maybe with Sinners, if I went in not knowing that, maybe that would have hit even more, because the fact that I knew that that's where we were going based on the trailers and stuff. But once we get to the barn, it's some of the best things I've seen on the big screen, and that dance sequence is unbelievable. So it just missed out on mine.
Jack, obviously your number 2.
Yeah, I loved it. I think it's maybe spoke about it on the podcast before, but like any films that come from like late 1800s, early 1900s America, like that Western setting, I always love the
Yeah.
vampire element to it was perfect because, like you said, it was slightly different. To have an Irish vampire was just fucking perfect. Like all the folk music that gets tied into it, like when he's doing the Rocky Road to Dublin
Yeah.
and they're all dancing, it is
So
so
good.
good. Yeah, and then like the mixture obviously with like the Irish folk music and then the more Western country music and jazz and blues you get from the barn. Yeah, not enough words for this movie really. I love the ending as well. When it shows him when he's older,
Yeah.
and like he's gone back to find him and play his music again, and yeah, I loved it. And after it, I did watch From Dusk Till Dawn, and
Yeah.
I love that. I love that as well. I would say Sinners, I think, was better for me, but that film was very good as well.
I think we spoke about when we played like rematch together on over Christmas when I was saying that like I feel like Sinners took inspiration from that in terms of like you can cut the movie down in half. First, that kind of you feel like oh this is just like a Western type drama, and then sort of the shit hits the fan, which is exactly what From Dusk Till Dawn sort of done. I feel like maybe actually I might have enjoyed it more had I not because I hold From Dusk Till Dawn in such high regard that it's probably unfair for me to make the comparison. But as you understand, Jack, like they run in exactly the same way in terms of the first half of how it goes. It's slow paced, it kind of builds the scene, and then the second half just goes absolutely insane. And there are moments in Sinners where, like, with Haley Steinfeld's character, I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, there are some moments of imagery that will stay in my brain. But the fact that I wish like one of the highest Rotten Tomatoes scores, like 97 still.
97,
but even
yeah.
now.
From
Yeah.
our list, actually one higher than that is I Swear with 100, but
And I feel like Together's like 95,
I think that's high,
96. Yeah. So I think all the movies that we've picked, the critics score, the audience score backs up what we think. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Andy, anything to add?
Yeah, no, just basically agree with what you two have said. I love the fact this starts off like as a gangster film with the two brothers coming back to town. They're obviously like highly respected by everyone in that community. So it starts off that way, gangster vibes, and then all of a sudden you get the whole vampire side of it with the bar, the music, and all the other bits added onto it. Just the combination of all of that together. I love the build up to it. I love the second half to it. Great actors. Michael B. Jordan really showing sort of how good he can act as well in this film, playing two characters. So yeah, no, amazing film, and echo everything you guys said about it.
I feel like maybe I need to rewatch it as well. Maybe by watching it a second time.
Yeah.
Like just because generally like all three of you are sitting from the same hymn street, so maybe it might be a case where you've watched something you go actually, okay, yeah, that first half actually hits even more. I just remember being a bit frustrated by that, so I'll stand by what I'm saying, but it might be worth rewatching.
Well, there you have it. Our movie of the year for 2025 on the Late Night Movie Podcast is Sinners, by a resounding 7-point lead. Just to reconfirm the top 10 then for you. So 10 was Steve tied with Weapons. 9 was Predator Badlands tied with Superman. 8 was Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning. 7, Zootopia or Zootropolis 2. 6 was a tie between Companion and Final Destination Bloodlines. 5 was I Swear. 4 was One Battle After Another. 3 was Fantastic Four First Steps. 2 was Together. And 1 was not 28 years later. It was Sinners.
Did Inside Out 2 get our movie of the year last year, if I remember rightly?
No, Deadpool Wolverine, I believe.
Yeah.
Let me double check
Couldn't remember
that.
when it was.
Yes, so last year it was just the three of us. Jack wasn't on last year's one. It was Deadpool Wolverine, followed by Terrifier 3 in second place. So just quickly before we wrap up, I'll quickly go through each of your top 10s because I've got them all here ready to go through. So Andy had at number 10, Bring Her Back, which I was surprised we didn't see more of. At number 9, Bridget Jones, Mad About a Boy. 8, as we said, Predator Badlands. 7, Fantastic Four First Steps. 6, Together. 5, Final Destination Bloodlines. 4, Companion. 3, Zootopia 2. 2, Sinners. 1, I Swear. So you had 8 of your top 10 in our top 10.
Yeah.
Stephen. Actually, I'm going to go to yours last. Jack.
Oh God, that's not good.
Jack at number 10,
Read
which
my
is the one
list.
you keep saying you want to get rid of, is Conjuring
Yeah,
Last
I would've-
Rites.
And Thursday Murder Club, I probably
Conjuring.
would have got rid of.
Thursday
Did I
Murder
put the
Club at
Smashing
number
Machine
9.
in there?
You didn't know.
See, so yeah, Thursday Murder Club and Conjuring, I probably would have taken out for Fantastic Four and
Smashing
Smashing
Machine.
Machine.
That
Yeah.
would have made a lot more sense to me. Number 8, a very controversial one on our
completely forgot.
podcast, Jack, is Mickey 17.
Oh,
Oh,
no
God.
way.
Which Andy
No
and
That
Stephen,
was
way.
the
which Andy and
worst
Stephen
film
hate.
I've
I like
watched
that
this
movie.
year. How can you like that movie?
Because I only
Yeah.
saw like 20 films. Not even
That's
that, I
still-
don't think.
That's a terrible like movie.
Number 7.
I like that movie.
Number 7
That'd be on my top 10 worst movies this year.
Number 7 was Weapons. 6, 28 Years Later. 5, Naked Gun. 4, Steve. 3, Superman. 2, Sinners. 1, One Battle After Another. So you had 3, 4, 5, 6 of your top 10 in our top 10, and 1 as an honorable mention with Naked Gun. I had 10 Superman, 9 Avatar, Fire and Ash, which no one else bothered
Oh,
putting on.
okay. Yep.
God.
8, well, you didn't hate it that much.
No, but I wouldn't have it in
Um,
my top 10.
8, Weapons. 7, Begonia. I think I'm saying that right. 6, Zootopia 2. 5, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. 4, Predator Badlands. 3, Fantastic Four, The First Steps. 2, Together. 1, Sinners. So I had 1, 2, 3. I had 7. 8 in the top 10, and 1 honorable mention, being Begonia. So Stephen.
I feel like we basically my top 5 we pretty much talked about. So I'm guessing there's one here that I'm guessing you're going to
There's
take.
one I'm
exception
really
to.
upset with. There's another one
Okay.
which I can understand, but I'm
excited
just
to hear this.
surprised. So at number 10,
Right,
you've got
okay.
Weapons, which fine,
Yeah.
but how you've got some of these other movies above it, I don't know. 9, I'm going to question. I'm not going to be against it, but it's Black Bag.
Yeah. Yeah, because I
Fine.
really enjoyed Black Bag,
enjoyed
and
Black
I thought
Bag.
it was really clever.
But
And
this is better movies. I mean, 28 Years Later for first, but anyway. But the one I really take issue with, Stephen, is number 8, Until Dawn. What the fuck?
yeah, so
Better than
like,
Weapons.
yeah, but as I said, like my top 10 are all movies that I like really, really enjoyed.
Yeah,
So the reason why I put Until Dawn into my top 10, I didn't think it was going to get anywhere near it.
Yeah.
I went into that film with sort of mixed expectations. That is a really, really good horror movie. That is a horror movie that is consistently scary, like, and creepy all the way throughout. Like, the horror does not let up, like, from the start to the end. Like, they understand it's a horror movie, and that's exactly what we get. And I remember coming out of that, because me and Andy were in the same screen together, and we were both really surprised by how good that was. I think I gave it a 9, like, on the podcast. I think I rated it 9 out of 10. I feel.
You
Don't think I would have gone
gave
much lower
it
than that.
8.5.
Oh, 8.5. Okay. Look,
It is a good film, but I think there were so many horror films this year in particular. I think I'd done a top 10 without it, a top 10 horror list without Until Dawn even in my top 10 horrors. So the fact
Really?
that made your
I
top
just
10 list.
really enjoyed it, and like it definitely has more horror than like Weapons. Like Weapons has a better story and is better written, but like in terms of did that horror movie creep me out and scare me and just didn't let up? Yeah. So that's why I've included it in my top 10.
I'm
I've watched
only
about-
playing around really, but like
Yeah,
I said,
no,
you
I
can have
know.
a 7 out of 10 that you love more than a 10 out of 10. But what I will say, going back to
Yeah.
the ratings, you did have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
4 movies rated higher than that movie from this year that you didn't have on the list.
Okay,
Warfare.
remind me of the
Warfare,
that-
Novocaine, Bring Her Back,
Yeah.
a horror movie like Andy mentioned.
yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
Bring Her
2,
Back's so
The
much
Long
better than
Walk,
Until
that's
Dawn.
5 actually. Dangerous Animals, that's 6. There's a lot of
Yeah.
good movies there.
That's what I said about horror movies. Like,
It was, yeah, I think out of all of those, it comes down to enjoyment. I mean, like I said, when you've seen so many, like those movies that you outlined were in my mind. But really, it would have been one of those that if I was going to substitute one, it probably would be Until Dawn. but then which one I would have put in, I couldn't tell you.
Didn't
Bring
you
Her Back, I
watch-
really
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you watch Bring Her Back twice in the end?
saw Bring Her Back twice, and the second time around I enjoyed it a lot more than the first one. But like I said, I enjoyed Until Dawn that tiny little bit more.
So why didn't you watch Until Dawn twice?
I don't think it necessarily means that you have to watch.
This isn't a roast
enjoy
on
it. I
Stephen,
just-
by the way.
Yeah, no, but I also remember like not Black Bag. When I went to see Bring Her Back first time around, I like didn't enjoy it as much when I watched it second time around. When I came out of Until Dawn, I was like, that was amazing. But if I look at like after Until Dawn, from 1 to 7, all of those movies are in our top 10.
Yes.
So I feel like that might be the only one that I can see why you would be surprised by having that in the
Yeah,
list.
I was shocked when I saw it.
But there's a lot of honorable mentions, and also at that time as well, it was really difficult to try and remember. Like, I had sort of a list in my brain of all the ones I've seen, but that's why I said to you, I feel like I'm missing one. Like, originally Mission Impossible wasn't there,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh no, that definitely needs to be there. I also thought, yeah, I love Novocaine. Like next year, could we do 20, and I can get more in. But all those ones were definitely honorable mentions.
So 7, you had I Swear. 6, One Battle After Another. 5, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. 4, Fantastic Four. 3, Companion. 2, Final Destination Bloodlines, and 1, Together. So that wraps up all of our top 10s. A few.
Is that how many were mine in the top 10?
Sorry, yeah, 8 as well. So it was just Black
8.
Bag and Until Dawn that didn't make it.
Yeah.
So to round up, so it would have actually been Naked Gun at 11, 28 Years Later at 12, and Begonia at 13, Mickey 17, 14, tied with Until Dawn.
Oh my god.
15 had a 4-way tie, basically everyone who put it second last. Avatar, Bridget Jones, Thursday Murder Club, and Black Bag, and then Bring Her Back and Conjuring Last Rites at 16th. A few other films that are
there
on this list, only because I kept moving films out. So I had Companion at 11th, which obviously did make the list. I had The Monkey at 12th. I'm a big fan of The Monkey.
That was an honorable mention for me.
Dangerous Animals, Roof Man, 28 Years Later, Predator Killer of Killers, ZombieCon, big shout out to ZombieCon guys. Wolfman, I know no one else liked Wolfman, but I loved Wolfman. And like Jack said, Thunderbolts, which was a decent Marvel.
Do you know that the one that I actually generally did forget about was Dangerous Animals? I really, really enjoyed Dangerous Animals.
Top quality movie.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I've completely forgot about that one.
I've been rewatching Spartacus, Welchy, and just realised that he's in Spartacus.
I told you this when I reviewed it. He's the blonde guy, his best mate, right?
What?
Yeah.
What? Jai Courtney's character is in Spartacus.
Yeah.
Who's he play?
His best mate, the
He
blonde
plays
guy in
Spartacus'
season 1.
best friend. I think I remember you saying it now on the episode, actually. Yeah.
Oh,
Like where I was
shit, that's
rewatching it, I saw him. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
that's Jai Courtney. Bloody hell, he looks a lot different in like
Yeah, he's
the
changed.
Die Hard 5 and
Yeah.
also in Dangerous Animals. Jesus Christ.
So there you have it. That is our top 10. Well, it's our number 1 movie, but our top 10 as well. Movies of the Late Night Movie Podcast for 2025. Yeah, I guess we was all kind of expecting, when you all said what you was expecting, Sinners come up a lot.
Yeah.
Together, I think Stephen mentioned, no one knew where that was going to finish, but I had a feeling Sinners was going to win before I even got your scores. I'm glad it did, but only because it's my favorite movie. But I think it's a good rounded list. I don't think there are some films that probably people will be like, oh my god, how's that not there? Or I can imagine people saying, how's one better or another not higher, maybe. But it's just because we haven't all got the time in the world to watch all these movies. But
Yeah.
Plus 20, like last year was such a good year for movies. Like it's so hard you could have several different top 10 lists with those movies in.
I found this list much more harder than when we did this for 2024.
Yep.
Personally, like I really struggled. I knew in my mind like my 10 and then some honorable mentions, but in terms of the actual list, like originally I had like One Battle After Another into my top 3, but I was like, shit, I've got Together, Companion, and Final Destination Bloodlines. Which one of those am I going to lower? And I'm like, I don't want to do any.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to kind of just go with like what your gut is saying, because if you overthink, you can kind of talk yourself out of having one in there. But yeah, I hope 2026 continues. Like 2024 was a great year for movies. Last year was an amazing year. Like I'm hoping this year goes like one step further.
I think there's going to be
Well,
more
start with the
big
Bone
movies. Yeah. Well, the Bone Temple starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've got so many.
Yeah.
Toy Story 5, Avengers
Yeah.
Doomsday, June Messiah,
Project Hail Mary.
Project fucking
Odyssey.
let's fucking hope Project Hail Mary is good. But anyway, that is going to do it for tonight's episode of the Late Night Movie Podcast. Let us know. Oh, that's the wrong bit. Let's talk about Stranger Things season 5. Let us know what you thought of our top 10 and what was your favorite movie of 2025. Hang on, we're not at the end yet. I did ask on Discord for people's submissions, which luckily reminded me. So, Big Z wrote in saying the only 2025 movies I have watched this year is Until Dawn and The
Yay.
Monkey. But I'd say Until Dawn beats The Monkey, which is still mind blowing to me.
Wow.
Interestingly, Andy put interesting to that comment as well. And Ben wrote in. This one's a bit longer. No, it's not actually. That's for a different episode. Ben wrote in with movie of the year was One Battle After Another.
Okay.
With Fantastic
Sorry.
Four just behind. So 2 films that finished very high on our list as well. Yes, so as I said, let us know what you thought of our top 10. What was your favourite movie of 2025? Yeah, drop your thoughts in the comments or tag us on socials at the Late Night Pods. We'd love to hear from your thoughts. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you are listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Speaking of which, next week we have our Rotten Tomatoes game draft for 2026. So look forward to that one. Until then, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I have been your host, Welchy, joined as always by my co-host, Andy.
Yeah, thank you as always, guys. It's been a pleasure, and I'm glad Sinners came top, a movie loved by most of us.
Stephen.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure as always. And yeah, I am happy that Sinners was there, and I'm also happy that Together got 2. So yeah, it's been a good year for movies.
And Jack.
Thank you, guys. Pleasure as always. And yeah, same as Sinners. I'm very happy to be number 1. I wish One Battle After Another was higher, but so.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's fine.
Thank you all for listening. We'll hopefully have another great year of movies. We'll see you next year for our 2026 movie of the year. But until then, lots of episodes to come. So thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time.